Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a second unit of the English Reader book. The name of the unit is Presence of Mind. As we all know, we have faced a lot of problems in our life and we need to tackle that. But for tackling those type of problems, we should at least have some presence of mind, else we'll get disappointed. So let's start the section 1 of our second unit. The name of the section 1 is A Clump of Lilac. Here you will read about how a presence of mind saved somebody's job. Now let us start. As soon as his wife opened the door, Nikolai Yevgrafovich Almazov, nicknamed Kolya, strode into the study without removing his overcoat or cap. His wife saw his gloomy face and understood that something unfortunate had happened. That means a husband whose name is Nikolai Yevgrafovich Almazov, whose nickname is Kolya, just rushed into the study room without asking for anything, without removing the overcoat or the cap. He just rushed into the room, and this made his wife realize that something bad has happened. Almasov, the poor young officer who had just returned from the staff college, today he had shown his professor the last and most difficult piece of practical work, a local map. Basically, he was studying in a college and he had to make a practical to construct a local map for that. But he was not satisfied, as the professor said the map is not up to the mark. Now, until now, his examination had gone well, but only his wife knew the work he had to do. From the beginning, his entrance into the college had seemed almost impossible. For 2 years, he had tried to get through the examination, and it was only at the third attempt that he had succeeded. Without his wife, he would never have found enough energy and would have given up. But Vera helped him to keep his spirits high. She had learned to meet every failure with a clear, almost gay countenance. She had gone without any luxuries in order to surround him with the modest comfort which was necessary for a man who was doing brain work. She copied his papers, drew his plan, read for him, and was generally of great help. In this paragraph, it is told that the person named Kolya was trying for 2 years to get entrance into the college, but he was failed for those 2 times. But still he tried. So we should learn from here at least that we should try until we succeed. The third time when he gave another attempt to enter the college, he succeeded. In this attempt, he was with his wife. The name of the wife here is Vera, and she always helped him and kept his spirits high. She never asked him for any luxuries. Normally, people think that the wife or you can say anybody, if you are having some misunderstandings or you can say you are low on concentration, you won't be able to achieve any your aim, whatever you can say. Here his wife was helping him a lot. She was not asking for any luxurious demands. Now, Kolya, was your work unsatisfactory? He shrugged his shoulders and made no reply. Now wife Vera asked Kolya, was the work unsatisfactory? And Kolya tried to say something, but suddenly he stopped that, just like he didn't want to say anything. Kolya, have they rejected your map? Please tell me. We can talk things over. She again asked, is your map rejected? We can sort out the things, she asked. Now, Almasov turned to his wife and began in a heated, irritated manner that people use when they feel that injustice has been done to them. Now, whenever you think that you are not right, you are right and other person is not getting it, you feel like something bad is happening, nobody is listening to you and they will not solve your problems. But that is not the case. You should at least try to tell your problems to anybody and definitely you will get the answer for your problem. Here, he was irritated and he just felt injustice has happened. Let us check out why. Well, if you wish to know, they rejected it. Angrily, he kicked the case containing the plans. All this rubbish may be thrown into the fire now. This is the end of college for me. In a month, I shall be back in the regiment and in disgrace too. All because of that cursed spot. Now he started telling his wife that what happened actually. He said, yes, it is rejected. Yes, it is rejected. And in anger, he just kept the box containing the plan of the map, basically the map containing box. And he said, now this is the end for my college, and I won't be able to go further in my college. And next month I'll be back in the regiment working there again. And this is just because of that cursed sport. Basically, a few times we also feel like superstitious, like in our country, most of people think if a cat passes on, that is not a good sign, and so on. He thought that the cursed spot. We'll check out which spot he's talking about. What spot, Kolya? I don't understand. Vera sat down on the arm of his chair. What spot? She repeated softly. Now Vera thought about the spot as she didn't knew about the spot, so she started asking about the spot. She inquired about it. Oh, an ordinary spot of green. You know how I worked until 3 o'clock last night to get the map finished. The plan is well drawn and colored. They all say that. Well, as I was sitting last night completely exhausted, my hand trembled and I made a spot on it. Such a thick spot. I tried to rub it off and made it worse. I sat thinking and wondering what to do, and when I thought I would draw a clump of bushes over the spot, it looked very fine when it was done. The spot was quite covered. I took it to the professor today. Now, Kolya started telling the issue. Last night when he was drawing the map, he was very tired. He was awake late night. So he told exactly what happened. When he was working, as I told you, he was tired. His hand trembled like something like this. And during that time, his hand trembled, and by mistake, he made a spot on the map. When the spot was made, it was a bit thick, and to make it clear, he tried to rub it off, but it was unable to rub. So he made a clump of bushes over the spot to make it very fine. The spot was quietly covered, and he took the map to the professor today. Ah, yes, he said. How did you get these bushes here? And the professor of Kolya asked, how did you get the bushes over here? I should have told him there and how it had happened. He might only have laughed, but I said to him, but there is a clump of bushes there. I was thinking of telling the truth, but I was afraid that the professor might have laughed. And let me tell you guys, you should always try to speak truth. No matter what happens, at least if you speak the truth, you won't have to tell a lot of lies. Now you will check out in this chapter. Now let us find out what he did. No, he replied, I know the place well as the palm of my own hand. There are no bushes there. There were a good many officers present, and a long discussion followed. Now, as the officer was very well experienced and was known for his working skills all over the world, he said, no, I know the place very well, just like the palm of my hand. Here, the palm of my hand means you know everything very clearly. Palm of you know your palm of your hand because you use it every day. So, in that discussion, there were a lot of officers present there. The professor said, if you are so sure of the clump, we must ride over tomorrow and inspect the place. I will show you that you were either very careless or drew the plan from a map. Now the professor said that I am sure of the clump because he was very well known about the garden, about the place. He said that either the person that Kolya is careless, he drew a wrong map, or he drew it from copying it from another map. But why is he so sure that there is no clump of bushes there? Vera asked. Now Vera was shocked. Why he is so sure about the place? Because for 20 years he has known that place better than his own bedroom, and because he knows his subject better than anyone else in the world. In the end, they will all know that I lied. Now, Kolya answered, because for 20 years he has been to that place regularly, and he knows it as much as he knows his bedroom. So and he is also known for his subject all around the world. And at last, when they will check out that spot, they will find out that I like. Now husband and wife sat thinking. Now they were thinking what to do, how to get out of this problem. But wife had presence of mind. Suddenly, Vera exclaimed, Kolya, I have no idea. We must go this minute. Get ready quickly. Vera exclaimed, let's go to that place quickly. Kolya frowned, don't do anything foolish, please. Now Kolya was afraid that maybe his wife may do something foolish. I'm not going to do anything foolish, Vera said, stamping her foot. I don't ask you to go and apologize, but if those stupid bushes are not there, we must go and plant some at once. Now, using her presence of mind, what she did is, she asked, I'm not asking you to apologize to the processor. I'm just telling you, if you have made a green spot that is a clump of bushes, at least we should go and plant it on that very spot. Plant bushes? Almasov opened his eyes wide. Now he was feeling terrible. How is this possible? This won't be working. We can't plant a bush there. Yes, plant them. If you told a lie, we must put it right. Get ready quickly. Give me my hat, coat, and my umbrella. But suddenly, what Vera said, yes, we will plant that. If you told a lie, we must put it right and we should show that there is a clump of bushes over there. Give me my hat and coat and my umbrella also. Now, while he was getting these things, Vera was quickly opening all the drawers of the tables, pulling out baskets and boxes and emptying them on the floor. Earrings, only rubbish. They won't give anything for them. And this ring, with its expensive stone, we must get it back again somehow. Now, while Kolya was searching for the coat, hat and other things, Vera was busy in looking out her drawers, emptying the tables, basket, boxes, everything to find out something important. And she found earrings, they were not of any use. Now she found a ring with expensive stone and thought that she will get it back again at any cost. In 5 minutes, all her treasures were gathered together in her bag. Come along, she said with a last look around. Now, she took all the important things, important treasure to her, like her jewelries, and she took it in a bag and asked Kolya to move along. But it's getting dark, Almasov protested, and it's 5 miles away, and in any case, it won't work. Now Almasov again said, it won't work because it is already dark, and we might get late, and it is 5 miles away. Guys, 1 mile is equal to 1.6 kilometers. That means 5 miles is equal to 8 kilometers. Now, they went first to the pawnbrokers. Here, pawnbroker is someone who takes used items and in return gives you some money. He was accustomed to the sight of misfortune and examined their things calmly and for so long that Vera began to lose patience. He offered her 3 rubles for the diamond in her ring. Now, he took very long to examine the treasures that Vera brought in the box, and Vera lost her patience. Finally, the pawnbroker offered her 3 rubles. Here, rubles is the currency of Russia. It is a real stone. Vera protested. It is worth 37 rubles at least. Now the diamond in the ring was real, so she said, 3 rubles, only 3 rubles. It is a real stone and it cost 37 rubles at least. The man closed his eyes with a look of weary indifference, but another of her treasures was valued highly, and altogether they managed to get 25 rubles, which was more than enough. Now, the man was not ready to pay this much amount, but other things in her treasure full of bag was very valuable. So finally he gave them 25 rubles, and that was more than enough to them. Then the Almasovs drove to the gardener's house. He had just sat down to supper with his family and was not too pleased when the 2 visitors arrived with their mysterious request. Basically, the owner of the garden was ready to have dinner with his family, so he was not pleased with the Almasovs visiting late night. I'm sorry, he said, but I can't send laborers out so late at night and so far. If tomorrow will do, then I'm at your service. He denied to help Almasovs as it was very late to send the laborers for help. He assured them if they can wait for the night, he can send the laborers tomorrow. Now, there was only one thing to do, and that was to tell the gardener the whole story about the unlucky spot. At first, he listened without much interest, but when Vera reached the point when she had thought to plant the bushes, he took more notice and smiled. And finally, Almasos had to tell the truth to the garden owner. And when he was not very much of interest when he was listening to the story, but when he got to know that Vera had decided to plant a clump of bushes there, he took some interest and he smiled. Well, there is nothing else to be done, he said, when she had finished. What kind of bushes do you want to plant? Now he asked the kind of bushes Almasovs wanted to plant. They decided on a clump of lilac. Almasov tried to persuade Vera to return home, but she was determined to accompany him. She only went home when she was quite sure that the new bushes could not be distinguished from the rest. Now the Almasovs decided the clump of lilac. Clump is basically a group, and a lilac is a plant with white and purple leaves. Almasov tried to persuade Vera, that is, Kolya tried to insist Vera to go back to home, but Vera wanted to see that the work has been done properly, and once it was completed, she went back. On the following day, Vera could not sit at home and went out to meet her husband. When he was still some way off, she noticed his vigorous walk and knew that the story of the bush had ended happily. In fact, although Almasov was covered with dust and overcome with fatigue, his face shone with victory. Now, next day, Vera was not sitting at home because she was curious to know what happened in the college. And when she saw that her husband is very vigorous in his work, that is, he was very calm in his work and he was looking happy, she got to know that the work has been done and the end is happy. Even though Almasov was covered with dust and he had overcome a fatigue. Fatigue is, you can say, a tiredness and to come out from a difficult situation. He was looking like he has won something great. It was fine, he called out in answer to his wife's anxious look. We got to the clump of bushes and the professor looked and even tore a leaf off and bit it. He told Vera it was fine. Even the professor looked the bushes and then he plucked out a leaf out of it and bit it, that is, bite it. What kind of plant is this? Professor asked the type of plant. I don't know, Your Excellency, I said. Then he turned to me and extended his hand. Almasov said that he don't know the type of plant. And I'm sorry, Ensign, I must be getting old to have forgotten these bushes. Professor then replied, maybe I'm getting old, so I forgot about the bushes here. He is a nice old man and very clever. It seems a shame to have deceived him. He had deceived means cheated. You should never cheat anybody in any case. Now, he is one of our best professors. His knowledge is simply wonderful and he is marvelous with maths and plants. Now Almasov tells his wife, Vera, that his professor is very nice man and he feels very shameful because he deceived him, that is, he cheated him. And he is one of the best professors and he is marvelous with his maths and plants. But it was not enough for Vera to hear the story once. She made her husband tell it again and again, making sure he left out none of the details. But Vera was not satisfied because she wanted to listen the story again and again because it had a happy ending. Any movie, even any movie when you see, if you find it very joyful, you watch that movie again and again. The same is the case here. Vera found the story very much joyful and the end was also happy. So she wanted to listen it again and again from her husband. Now, Almasov had never dined with such appetite as on that day. After dinner, when Vera went into her husband's study with a glass of tea, husband and wife burst out laughing at the same time and looked at each other. That night during dinner, Almasov never had such a wonderful dinner before that day. And after dinner, Vera again went to husband's study room and she started asking him again about the story. And after that, they both started laughing at each other. Why are you laughing? Vera asked. And why are you? They both asked each other why they are laughing. Tell me first, and I will tell you afterwards. Oh, it was only nonsense. I was thinking about the lilac bush. And you? I too was thinking of the little bush. Lilac will always be my favorite flower now. And both told that they were laughing on a little thing, that is the clump of lilac, that little bush of lilac. And even Vera said lilac will be her favorite flower from now onwards. So this was the chapter here, and this shows how a presence of mind sorted out a big problem and helped Almasov in his difficulty. So students, as we have completed the chapter, let us move on to the exercise. Now, first one is answer orally. First question, have you ever seen a lilac flower described? Yes, I have seen a lilac flower, and most of you may have seen it. You can describe it in your own language also. It is a lilac flower is purple and white colored. Now, second question, don't you feel by sharing a problem, you actually share your burden and feel lighter? Narrate an incident when this happened to you. I will complete the first part for you, and second one you have to complete it yourself, as you have to tell the instance that you have been into. Now, yes, it happens to everybody. Whenever we are in some sort of problem and we discuss, we certainly find a solution for it. Now the second part, that narrate an incident when this happened to you. This you have to write in your own words. Moving on to the next one, read and answer. First question, without his wife, he would never have found enough energy and would have given up. How did Kolya's wife Vera prove this statement true? Almasov's wife Kolya always helped him through difficult situations. In the past, he had failed twice to get through the examinations, but after Vega, he got a lot of help and passed it. As we have read in this chapter, he failed to clear the entrance exam for the college. But after Vera came, she helped him and he passed in third attempt. The second question, how did Vera make the green spot on the map reality? When Vera came to know about the incident of green spot, she decided to plant some bushes at the same place. Finally, she planted a clump of lilac there. Next question. Write a paragraph about Nikolai Yevgrafovich Almasov, highlighting his basic nature and also his relationship with his wife. Nikolai Yevgrafovich Almasov was a poor young officer who was very superstitious about things. Also, he felt disappointed whenever he faced tough situations. His relations with his wife were very good, as his wife helped him a lot, whether it was his entrance exam or the green spot in the map. We have read in the story how his wife helped him to get out of troubles with her presence of mind. Now think and answer. In which country is the story set? Can you guess the nationality of Nikolai Yevgrafovich Almasov? Students, if you have read the story seriously and with full concentration, you will find that a word ruble came there. And ruble, I told you, is a Russian currency. So the story is set in Russia. Nikolai Yevgrafovich Almasov was a Russian. Second question, A part. Why was Kolya's map rejected? Because he made a green spot on the map pointing to a bush that didn't exist according to the professor. B part. How did the clump of lilac came into the map? The way Kolya, because he, At night, when Kolya was working on the map, a green spot occurred as Kolya's hand trembled in tiredness. To make it right, his wife Vera planted a clump of lilac at that spot. Moving on to third question. Without hearing a word, how did Vera make out that the story of bush had ended happily. The way Kolya walked, Vera knew that the story of the bush ended well. The fourth question, why do you think the couple chose to plant a clump of lilac bushes? The professor was going to check the clump of bushes the next day, so the couple decided to plant the clump of bushes so that it would look attractive and also justify that green spot on the map. Now moving on further, this one is reference to context. Now we have to read the statement and answer the questions accordingly. I know the place well as the palm of my own hand. There are no bushes there. Now, first part, A part is, who said this and to whom? The professor said these words to Kolya. B part, which place is being talked about? The garden of which the map was drawn. C part, how would you assess the speaker? The speaker here is very confident as he has been working in this profession for years and is also known as the best in the world in his skills. Now D part, what happens next? Kolya's map is turned down till next day to check if the clump of bushes really exists at that green spot in the map. Now students, I have completed the exercise but left some MCQs for you, that is multiple choice questions for you. And I urge you students to complete that as soon as possible. Thank you.